Griezmann and Atletico can be confident ahead of Barcelona visit. "Let's see if there's a pen," Antoine Griezmann said with a grin on his face as he turned and headed toward the tunnel with the match ball under his arm. It was late on Sunday night at the Sánchez Pizjuán in Seville and his grand week had started. 3 days later, hidden inside his hood as the rain poured, he was looking for another pen, holding another ball, at another stadium, the Wanda Metropolitano this time. 7 goals in 3 days, a hat-trick against Sevilla, 4 against Leganes, next stop, Barcelona. When Atletico scored against Athletic Bilbao on February 18, Diego Simeone's celebration was the reaction of a man who knew his team still had something to compete for. He denied it, but there was something there. A fortnight on, there definitely is. At the final whistle of Barcelona's 1-1 draw with Las Palmas on Thursday, the radio commentator shouted, "Hey Liga! Hey Liga! Hey Liga!" Literally, it means there is league and is one of Spanish football's favorite phrases. It is even when there isn't really, but this time there is. Griezmann had made sure of that and so had Barcelona. Not long ago, it appeared to be all over. As February began, Barcelona had won 7 in a row and were 11 points clear. And it wasn't even 11 points over Real Madrid, the defending champions were 17 behind, it was Atletico who were their closest challengers. On Sunday, Diego Simeone's men go to the Camp Nou. If they win, they will be just 2 points behind. The advantage is with Barcelona. They're 5 points clear and play at home. A draw would keep things as they are, while a win might end any suggestion there is a title race. There are 11 games remaining after this weekend and Barca have already played at Atletico, Real Madrid, and Valencia. Still, if Atletico win, it will be 2 points. 2. And such an outcome is no great leap of faith. El País led with Griezmann threatens Barcelona and as said Griezmann scares Barcelona. The French international is in frightening form, as is his team. Andres Iniesta insisted after Thursday's game that now we have to think about Atletico and the only thing you could take issue with was the word now. It was hard to avoid the sensation that Barca already were and maybe that was part of the problem in the Canary Islands, where their own sense of superiority also undermined them. It was so easy that it turned out to be hard. Jonathan Collaray's penalty cost them. The first spot kick Barcelona had conceded in 2 years, manager Ernesto Valverde called it invisible, much like his team. Jordi Alba, absent, had sought and received the yellow card that would see him suspended versus Las Palmas and not miss Atletico. Luis Suárez tried but was unable to do the same, so there he was, playing on the verge of a suspension and walking a disciplinary tightrope that reduced him to a careful, well-mannered, inoffensive version of himself. Ousmane Dembélé and Philippe Coutinho sat it out until late in the game and only Lionel Messi really played, which might be a comment that goes beyond Thursday's game. Barcelona already knew that Sunday's game was huge. By dropping 2 points it became even bigger. They know they have given Atletico an opportunity. While there has been an 6-point swing in a month, there has been no great collapse, but there has been a shift to a sense that they are no longer in control. Barca have looked tired, uninspired, like the errors of before are more likely to be punished, less secure and less assured. They are unbeaten in 26 league matches this season but have drawn 3 of their last 5, against Getafe, Espanyol and Las Palmas. And those draws have felt a little like defeats because Atletico have been relentless, with 8 wins and a draw in their last 9. How things have changed. In the late autumn and early winter, Atletico appeared to be in crisis, a sensation that was perhaps driven, above all, by goalless draws against Qarabag and Roma that led to their elimination from the Champions League. But they also won just 4 of their first 8 league games, 6 of their first 12. The lack of creativity and finishing that cost them in Rome and Baku was also played out domestically. And yet it is also true that Atletico reached the last game before Christmas undefeated in La Liga. That night, December 22, they lost 1-0 to a late goal at Espanyol and they have not been beaten since. Maybe that should be no major surprise. Cup winners at the Bernabeu against Madrid and league winners at the Camp Nou against Barcelona, Atletico are the only side in Europe to take titles from either of Spain's big two over the last 4 years. The Madrid derby has been resuscitated, and Atletico Barcelona is like Spain's other Clásico.